It's all fair. It's all fair.
Good evening, everybody.
I just found the keys to a city. The beats are big and the lights are pretty. So why can't we get to the busy where the dreams are in the sky? You got me high.
And that's There You Are by Pogo, and yes, here we are. Welcome to Lost Mannerisms. I'm your host, Forrest.
And I'm Al.
Alright, this was our second take, and he actually revealed his whole name. But I guess you don't get that today, so...
Not today.
So moving on, what's our drink of the week, Alfred?
The Brandy Alexander.
What's in the Brandy Alexander? I forget.
Well, mostly brandy.
Yeah?
A little bit of cream de coca, which is really delicious.
Yeah?
Especially if you get the Godiva stuff. It's just like chocolate milk and liquor. It's great. And then heavy cream, if you hate yourself.
Wow. Heavy
Milk.
cream's probably delicious. You said you liked it with ice cream.
Yeah, it's good with ice cream. It's like an alcohol float.
But that's just as bad as heavy cream.
No, heavy cream's like, it's like drinking melted butter. Ice cream's sweet and delicious.
But this doesn't look like milk or ice cream or anything.
No, it's not. This is Applejack.
No, well, kind of.
Okay, it's not actual Applejack.
Today, we're drinking wine.
Right, it's the wine Applejack, which I didn't know existed. Morris told me we were going to be drinking Applejack today, and I thought we were going to be, like, drinking whiskey.
Yeah, but we didn't have a video of you making Applejack yet, so maybe we'll do that sometime soon.
Like actual Applejack?
Yeah.
We could. This is wine, though. I've never made apple wine before. I've never had apple wine before. This is good.
This is neat. This is something I get up in New York once in a while. This is by a place called... Look at this. We're giving people a free plug.
We are. This is a product plug.
We got 2 free plugs today.
Someone pay us for this.
Anyway, this is a place called Freedom Run Winery, and they make an Applejack, and it's a dessert wine. It's apple wine aged in bourbon barrels.
Yeah, it's good.
So it's
And it's got a cool bottle.
It's got a cool bottle. We got a good taste. It tastes delicious. I really like it. But we also have another free product plug here. We're plugging my buddy's hay farm, so if any of you need hay...
We've got another product plug here, too. Our rugged reviewer is going to be taking a look at this Philips Norelco One Blade, which we talked about briefly last time. And I shaved my hand a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we're just hoping that, like, especially with my friend, that now he's in a position where we've advertised for him. He has to pay for it.
We're going to spring that on him once he gets here, though. He doesn't know that.
So, the news.
We've got a lot to talk about on the news.
We don't really have a lot to talk about, though.
We're going to talk about it a lot, though.
We're going to talk about one thing a lot. There's a lot that happened. We recommend you go look at an actual news channel for some of this, like the bridge in Italy collapsing.
Someone who did their research.
Someone who did some more research than we did. But nothing particularly manly happened this week.
No.
Except for a particularly manly shirtless vitamin salesman. Got banned from YouTube. But not because he said, they're making the frickin' frogs gay!
Oh, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones and InfoWar got banned from just about every major media platform.
Except not Twitter. Right?
Yeah, not Twitter.
That'll come into play later.
But he didn't get banned from Twitter, but within a 12-hour period, he got banned from almost every social media page there is.
He is insane.
Yeah, a lot of insane people. We're on YouTube, Alfred.
I don't think I would hesitate to compare myself to Alex Jones in any capacity.
Fair enough. But they did it for a weird reason. And this whole week has actually been interesting. There's so many people talking about this on the conservative side. Because a lot of conservatives are caught up in what's being called the second conservative purge.
What was the first one?
The first one was about It was during the Trump election, I think, or it was right after the election. A bunch of people got banned or it was when shadow banning came in.
Yeah. I'm sorry. If you have shitty, bad opinions and people don't like them and you get kicked off social media.
Well, the issue that's happening is that it's not that people don't like it. Because Alex Jones is unfortunately popular. Yeah. Someone told me, and I'm not sure how true it is, someone told me that Alex Jones reaches more people than the New York Times does.
I'm not sure I believe that, but I guess it's reasonable. Well, I don't know.
This was someone who doesn't like Alex Jones, not someone who's trying to say, well, Alex Jones is so good. I'm going to need to see that statistic. This is also a man who legitimately believes that fluoride in the water turns people gay. Now, the frogs. And it's funny because all of this, I sat down and watched some bits and pieces of what he said. And something like the frogs.
I've watched a lot of what he's had to say. It's entertaining, but it's
entertaining.
Mostly just factually incorrect.
I would say it's the other way around. The frogs guy, I don't think it was about fluoride. It was not about fluoride.
It was. He was talking about the gay agenda and corrupting the youth of America.
No.
Yeah.
It was actual frogs. Frogs are able to change their sex when they're in their juvenile stages.
Yes.
So with the amount of estrogen in the water from birth control being filtered through plants because they can't pull estrogen out of the water, it was creating creating too much estrogen, and the frogs were unnaturally switching genders. Maybe making the frickin' frogs gay is a bit dramatic, but it is actually a thing.
Okay. I mean,
so I would say it's more that he's dramatic.
And also, in many cases, just factually incorrect, a crazy conspiracy theorist.
He is a conspiracy theorist. I will not deny that. There's a lot of conspiracy theorists on YouTube. We talked about flat earthers last time, Alfred.
I don't like Alex Jones. I think he's kind of a jerk, and he got kicked off of YouTube.
Do you know why?
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, why would I not? We're having a discussion about it. Hate speech.
Oh yeah, that makes total sense. I don't think he's a particularly nice, unbiased person.
No, I don't.
I think he has some, at best, not backwards views, but
not completely incorrect.
Yeah.
This is the not entirely incorrect segment all over again. Well, it wasn't just Alex Jones, though, which is where it starts. So, to me, it's tough because I don't agree with Alex Jones in any way, shape, or form, typically. But I
don't think Alex Jones is really the problem here. If anyone was going to get kicked off of YouTube, it was him, and I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. But there are other people that you have more of an opinion on that maybe were more illegitimately kicked off.
Well, I think the thing to note is that he got kicked off of, these are all separate businesses.
Okay.
Apple, Spotify.
So then, is it possible that he actually had some bad things up, and these different companies independently came to the same conclusion and
at the exact same time?
I don't know. I have not watched every single piece of footage or audio that he's ever published,
and you can't anymore. So
well, yeah, you can go on Infowars.com.
Yeah, well, you can't on YouTube anymore, but it just seems strange that it wasn't like he had just posted anything. I think that it'd been a couple days since he last posted anything. They cited stuff that was well in the past.
Yeah, but that was still up there.
But it was everyone at one point. Like if it was slow and like, oh, Apple kicked him off. I think in a way it's free speech suppression, but not by it's not a government free speech suppression, so it's not.
So who cares?
It's not.
No one's going down and shutting down his website. He can post whatever crap he wants online. He just can't do it on YouTube.
On any
well, he can do
major.
it on Twitter.
Twitter's the only one he can post on.
That's fine. What else can he post on? I guess YouTube. Does he still have an Instagram?
I have no clue about Instagram. I assume because Instagram's owned by Facebook and he was banned from Facebook, I believe. That no, he can't do anything on Instagram. But so then there are more that got banned, and this is where it's starting to be an issue to me. It's like, okay, Alex Jones. If there was anyone to get kicked off of, it was going to be him. You're right on that. I think that they're treading some other lines, but they also banned Tommy Robinson, a UK reporter.
Who's an ass. And just, in general, a far-right activist and supporter who he's been in the media recently because of something which I think, in his defense, was an incorrect action taken against him, but
they also
that's not why he was kicked off.
They also said that it was that they accidentally kicked him off. I think it was Twitter.
Maybe they did accidentally kick him off.
How do they accidentally kick people off?
I don't know. They've got bots and stuff that.
And so then, I don't know if Tommy Robinson's far right because
yeah, he is.
He's far right in England. In the United States, he wouldn't necessarily be.
I think he is. I think he's far right on the topics that would make him far right. He may not be like economically right. I really don't know about that, but I think he probably would line up as far right.
What if he's just some reporter?
I don't think he is.
I know he's a reporter that's done a lot on Muslim issues in the United Kingdom.
I think the problem is that in this one case he was right, but I think that's also because he has a tendency to maybe shotgun these issues, and even a blind squirrel gets a nut sometimes.
He got held in contempt of court and wasn't even in the court.
Yes, that's true. I'm not. Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he was right on this one, but.
So then we're moving, so Twitter was like, oops, well, sorry, put him back on. Robin Williams got kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah.
In this purge.
So the problem seems to be that these companies have a bad process for determining who should be banned or not.
And, they were like, oops, on him. And the dude's been dead for 4 years. He hasn't put out any new content.
Well, are you sure?
Jeez. Gavin McInnes got banned. And a group that he founded called the Proud Boys, which is
I'm not entirely surprised by that.
I am. Because they haven't done anything. They're literally a drinking club that has a political view.
Well,
they're literally a drinking club.
Yeah, but their political views
don't line up with
strong, and they're vocal about it in a sometimes inappropriate way. And I feel like
I don't think they're inappropriate.
Yeah,
they're willing,
they say some inflammatory things,
but that's not inappropriate.
But I think there's a difference between something being controversial and being just inflammatory, like just saying things that are like. Although again, I haven't watched all their stuff. So.
They're Gavin McInnes started it, and the Proud Boys are, from what I understand, they're a drinking club, and they wear MAGA hats and stuff like that, and then Antifa yells at them in bars, and if anyone swings at them, they swing back. And Gavin McInnes actually read off his last 20 tweets before he got kicked off of Twitter.
So he got kicked off of Twitter, though.
He got kicked off, and the Proud Boys.
Alex Jones didn't get kicked off of Twitter.
Alex Jones didn't get kicked off of Twitter. Gavin McInnes, the funny thing with Gavin McInnes' one is it says he posted wherever else he could, you have been banned for this reason, blank. Just blank.
So he pissed someone off at Twitter.
But all of these seem like piss someone off, piss the wrong person off, rub someone the wrong way. I
don't know.
And
if you go into the DMV and piss the wrong person off, you're never going to get your paperwork filed. So I guess Twitter's no different.
Yeah, but Twitter is legally a free speech platform now.
Well,
they got in a legal debate with Trump for Trump blocking people because it was a free speech platform. It's coming right around to bite him on the butt. And of course, a week later, Jack Dorsey says, we need to fix the toxic problem on Twitter.
what's the toxic problem?
I don't know.
I mean, there are some toxic things on Twitter, but
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Is Jack Dorsey going to be the one to curate that?
That's what it would appear to me. That's
He's going to be pulling some late nights in the office, scrolling through Twitter,
Yeah.
and personally banning people.
See, what I see as the problem is,
Jack Dorsey's the CEO of Twitter, by the way.
yeah. No, sorry. Jack Dorsey's the CEO of Twitter. So, what I see as a problem is there are people who they're kicking off to try to find what actually pisses people off, because everyone is significantly further away from the edge of the right. Alex Jones being fairly out there.
I'd say so.
Tommy Robinson, not quite as out there, maybe still a little out there. Gavin McInnes is a libertarian.
I don't know. I haven't seen everything he's tweeted. Maybe he just doesn't like Jack. Maybe him and Jack don't get along.
Maybe. Well, I actually went and listened to some Robin Williams comedy, and maybe he got kicked off for saying we can't call lesbians lesbians anymore. He came up with a word for them.
What did he come up with?
He came up with women in comfortable shoes.
What does that mean?
You'd have to ask him. And I don't think we can, for the same reason that it's silly that he got banned. Anyway, there's just some funny things.
Well, damn it, Alex Jones is still on Twitter. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, but now Gavin McInnes isn't.
Well, he can go to YouTube.
Well,
Him and Alex Jones can swap.
yeah, but he's not as crazy as Alex Jones.
That's probably the fluoride.
That's what I'm saying. I was listening to somebody else who was talking about this, and their response is, we should be upset about this. If you're on the right, you should be upset about this because they're slowly making their way down the line. And his statement was, first they kicked off the shirtless vitamin salesman, Alex Jones, and then they kicked...
But yeah, some good vitamin ads.
Yeah, and I didn't say anything, and then they kicked me off. And we're a little right of center. We're not out there, but...
I don't think we're going to get kicked off of YouTube.
Probably not. Hopefully not. Because then people won't get to see...
Maybe people will like us if we get kicked off of YouTube.
Maybe we'll start getting subscribers.
No, that's a dangerous road to go down. Let's not try and get kicked off.
Yeah, but all of our viewers are slacking.
This is a limp page.
But that gets... and then people who don't subscribe might not get to see our interview with the union electrician. We have an interview today.
Is that what we're doing in lieu of a segment?
Our segment today is going to be a real interview. Our first real man-on-man interview.
We're not changing his oil?
No.
Oh, I heard something about that.
That's on the list at some point soon, but you should read the scripts more.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Lost Mannerisms. I'm your host, Forrest, and we are here for our first true man-on-man interview. We've had man-on-man action on this show, but this is a real man-on-man interview, and our guest name is Kevin, and he is going to tell us a bit about himself. He's going to tell him what he does for work.
Kevin, an electrician, union by trade, and work on electricity.
Work on electricity. How old are you, Kevin?
25.
You're young. Especially for an electrician.
Yep.
When did you start working as an electrician?
I started with my job now when I was 18 years old, but I've been working on electricity since I was a little kid with my father.
Okay, that's a good way to do it. So it's a family business for you? And it's not a family-run business, but your family's been involved in this
Yes.
trade. Now, I know what electricity is. I know basics about what an electrician does. For the viewers who are already slacking by not subscribing to our channel, they might not even care to look up what an electrician is. So what does a union electrician do?
Do everything from install the outlets and light switches and lights that you'd have common in your house to high voltage equipment that would be, the power lines outside in front of your house, all the big heavy industrial stuff in that way.
Is it easy for people to work on power lines?
No.
No? Why is that?
Dangerous work. You're up high in the air. Many different factors that come into it. A lot of times you're doing it with live electricity where you can't turn it off. You got to keep the people's houses running and businesses running. So
What's bad about working with live electricity?
Very dangerous. It's easily could harm you, or if not kill you.
So would that be a manly aspect of your job? Working with
manly.
stuff that could kill you?
Yes.
I think that's pretty manly. Any job that can kill you is pretty manly. Of course, getting up in the morning, putting your boots on, and showing up to work on time's a manly skill that's almost lost anymore. How could you do this to me? Don't look at it. Don't touch it.
It was right at the end of the
That's what
question.
she said.
Perfect.
So, is there any other manly aspects to your job? Heavy equipment? Anything cool to look at?
It's the big cool power tools that everyone dreams about. The big
Yeah.
jackhammers and big drills and
Oh, lots of drilling happens?
drilling.
Drilling all the time. So, outside of what really made you interested in being an electrician?
Like I said earlier, my father did it, and ever since I was a little kid, I'd go help him doing little stuff around friends and family's houses, wiring up outlets, switches, and the cool little stuff.
Moonlighting?
Mood lighting.
Moonlighting.
Mood lighting?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh. You don't know what moonlighting is?
No.
Moonlighting is when you take experience you get at a job and at nighttime you go work on another project.
No.
No? Okay. So you already talked about the hazards of electricity a little bit. So is there any other hazards? What's like a good thing for people to look out for people who are in the trade, something to remind them how to avoid some of these hazards?
Always got to watch your back. Got to definitely trust the people you work with.
Yeah.
You always got to do every precaution necessary to make sure you're touching something, it's not live, or if it is and you can't turn it off, that you have the right equipment to do so.
And probably to be trained in what you're dealing with.
Definitely.
Don't go above your training.
We go through a lot of training to do our job.
Yeah.
5 years of school specifically.
Oh wow. That's more than college.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a never-ending process to
Always
train.
learning.
Good. Well, that's good. Keeps you safe. Keeps everyone trusting you. What would you say is the greatest personal satisfaction you've gotten from your job?
Probably would have to be finishing a job and going through testing everything, making sure everything works the way it should, and just getting that feeling of having it completed.
Feeling of getting turned on?
Yes. Feeling of getting everything turned on and everything working the way it should.
Nice. Well, that's got to be rewarding. What would you say is the most extreme thing that has happened to you at your job?
Extreme is working on big power generating stations like I have in the past. It's normally you're working on very extreme heights.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're hanging off the side 200 feet up. Only thing holding you up is a harness that you got on.
And what do these power generating stations do?
Power generating stations literally put the power, they create the energy, put it right through all those overhead lines over your house, right into your house.
So you're not talking about like backup generators for a hospital. You're talking about the power that supplies everyone.
Yes.
Well, why don't you say people should care about that? That's important. You said you worked on the lines.
Didn't ask that question. this time.
Yeah, I did.
Did it differently.
Oh, okay. Well then, we'll close on what is the scariest thing that you've seen happen on the job?
Scariest probably would be watching people get blown up, more or less. Having equipment getting turned on by accident,
Yeah.
and having someone standing right there, and having it arc flash, which is the correct term for it, right in their face.
Now, has anyone died that you've seen? Or
No.
people have died from arc flashes. Could you explain for our viewers what an arc flash is?
An arc flash is when a fault happens and the explosion of the electricity.
You're good, you're good. I'm gonna have to cut this little
Yeah, you
piece
have to
because
cut
we're
this out.
censoring, so.
I gotta think about this real quick.
You can give simple terms. Don't go too descriptive.
I gotta dumb it down because the terms that I know to use in it
Yeah.
won't be appropriate for the viewer.
Why? I could probably filter some of it.
An arc flash is a extreme light. It's an explosion of all the metals that are in the piece of equipment that carries the electricity.
Yeah.
And when a problem happens, it literally explodes, causing this metal to become liquid
Yeah.
and come at you 10,000 times harder than the sun.
Wow. So that would kill someone pretty quick.
Yes, it has a tendency to.
Jeez. All right. So, on that frightening note, that's the end of our first man-on-man interview. Catch me later on the show. He won't be with us, will you?
No.
No, huh? He wants to get out of here as soon as he can.
Just close my eyes and face me wrong. Very long. Just close my eyes and face me wrong. Very long.
And we're back. These interviewees are really hard to get to.
Yeah, no one wants to talk with us.
No. Well, the woman who we were supposed to have, we've been having a lot of storms over here, and she works for a company that works when there's storms. So, go figure. But anyway,
We're doing product news now. Well, this is all sort of product news.
yeah, we're a little all over the place. Netflix has finally removed user reviews from their website.
Yeah. I don't care about that.
I don't
feel
either.
like they started doing the percent match for shows that you'd like
Yeah, which
is stupid, but whatever. And also they took off Always Sunny like 6 months ago, and I still haven't gotten over that, honestly.
they do take off all the good stuff. They took off South Park like
I know.
years ago, and that's
It's
still
ridiculous. I feel like honestly Netflix should figure out what people actually want and just leave it on there. Like, I don't care that they have to pay extra money for it. They keep raising
charging me
our
extra
subscription,
money.
so stop producing shitty shows and keep like Always Sunny
Yeah.
on there.
You want to talk about the next thing at all?
Sure. LG and Samsung are actually starting with their foldable technology. So soon we'll all have razors again.
Razors.
Flip phones.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
have smart flip phones.
Yeah, except they're not going to be a hinge. They're just going to bend.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
pretty
that'll
cool.
stop my phone screens from cracking
Probably
all the
not.
time. But it can literally fold.
Yeah, you can fold it. Doesn't mean you can hit it with stuff.
Well, I don't normally hit it. It's normally that it gets caught up in my pocket or something. And
Like you hit it with something there. Yeah.
the last time I broke a phone screen, it was because I was stepping up on the ladder.
Yeah, and you probably hit it on something.
No. If there was like a
Oh
little,
yeah, your huge
There was, like,
thighs
a
just
little-
crushed the phone in your pants.
a little tiny rock in my pocket.
Well, I don't
And
think
when I
bendable tech is going to make it.
Maybe because it would have a little give.
Well, whatever. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm tired of this phone being so gigantic it doesn't fit in my pocket. Now I understand what women had
Too
to
big
deal
for you
with.
to handle?
Yeah, now I understand what women had to deal with before smartphones. Like, women's pants do not have big pockets.
Stop wearing women's pants.
Oh. All right.
You set yourself up for it. Anyway, The Nissan Kicks came out.
Whoa, he's right into that. Just wham!
Yeah, I don't like foreplay.
So Nissan has a new car. It's the Nissan Shoe.
It's to replace the Juke.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, it's to replace the Juke.
Speaking of small phones that actually fit into women's pockets, do you guys remember the Juke? It was about this
Like a tiny crossover.
Yeah. The phone and the car.
Wait, there was a Juke, wasn't there?
Yeah, Verizon made the Juke. It was smaller than this.
Yeah.
And it
kind of the same shape, honestly.
It was kind of the same shape as that. Oh. I'm gonna put that down there. That just looks weird. It was kind of that same shape and size, and it just twisted out.
Yeah,
My thumb, when I was like 12, was bigger than the keyboard on the phone.
I remember that one.
So
anyway, this Nissan Kick, it's a little crossover.
Kicks.
I'm sorry, Kicks.
It's the Nissan shoes. It's the Nissan Jordans. It's the Nissan Kicks, man.
Yeah, it's got a terrible name. It's not a bad looking car, and it's pretty cheap. It's like...
It's sharp, it's cheap. I don't know that I'd drive it because it's probably underpowered.
Oh, it definitely is. It's like the Ford, the Eco Boost or whatever. I don't know. Ford has one of those little crossovers.
And they put their smallest...
Yeah, their tiniest engine, and so does Hyundai, and so does
Yeah, but that's
Kia,
because some people don't enjoy driving. Some people use driving for a purpose, and they get in their car.
And I guess these things have a lot of technology and stuff. I mean, you can get this one. The top option is basically $1,000 package with a Bose sound system, and some extra technology. That's about it. So
they look really comfortable.
Yeah, they do. And
they look comfortable.
I would
they
not
don't
buy
look
one
bad
though.
out.
I think they're a little underpowered, and I don't have the specs, but it did not look. I don't like driving underpowered cars. I feel like you go to merge onto the highway, and it's like it feels unsafe.
So we used to have a Volkswagen Jetta. And that thing got like 50 miles to the gallon. It was great. And then we found out they were cheating on the emissions. So anyway, but it took like 2 miles to get up to 50 miles an hour. I think it was ridiculous.
Slow.
It was so slow. But anyway.
Okay, we're going to go on to a rugged reviewer. We're going to be taking a look at that Philips Norelco one blade there that you've been really excited about. That's how you've been keeping that stupid goatee.
Well, I had the goatee this time. I cut it off before. New facial hair almost every time.
I'm Al, and I'm your host, and we're back for another segment of Rugged Reviews with the Rugged Reviewer. We took a break last week from the Rugged Review because we lost him. If you remember and you watched one of our previous episodes, we gave him some delicious Black Rifle Coffee Company coffee, and he went AWOL for about a week. We found him about, I think it was Tuesday, passed out in the woods with a couple bullet holes in the vest, so we're not sure what happened. In any case, we've got our Rugged Reviewer back and in relatively good health, and they're here with us now to test the Philips Norelco One Blade, which is a nifty little razor that we've talked about. So I'm going to hand it over to the Rugged Reviewer and let them give us their opinion. Yeah, go ahead. Nope. Okay. Well, that was the Philips Norelco. Our Rugged Reviewer, I think, maybe doesn't know what it's for. What did you like about that?
It vibrates.
Yeah, our Rugged Reviewer definitely doesn't know what it's for. That's okay, though. Well, this is a razor. You shave with it. How does your face feel? Do you think it got a good shave? Good. So that's good. I noticed you don't have any hair on your face. I'm not sure if that was the razor or because you're wearing a motorcycle helmet. In any case, I think it's a good product. It's been maintaining Forrest's mediocre goatee thus far, so go out and buy one. And apparently it serves as dual function for you ladies at home.
why I never announced the Pogo songs after the intro?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that was our most recent Rugged review. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of an incident off camera. The Rugged reviewer, I'm not entirely sure knew what this was for, but figured it out enough to attack Forrest with it, and so he's now cleanly shaven. Hopefully that lasts until our next episode. Anyway,
What, are you saying that I don't look good with a beard?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that our Rugged reviewer clearly thought you didn't.
Yeah, apparently they had an issue with the goatee.
Anyway, this week was a good week for us. We had our first interview.
Yeah, I thought that was good. It was. I wish that I wanted someone where we could do some political questions, but I think with all our talk about the frogs, maybe it was a good thing that we held up.
Yeah. Our Rugged reviewer lost some weight.
Yeah.
That was a good one, and apparently a few inches,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that happens,
Yeah.
but
I guess when it worked up on all that caffeine, they say caffeine stunts your growth.
that's true. That's true. And he did spend a week in the woods.
Yeah.
So
All right.
there you go. That's the new diet. Then drink a bunch of caffeine.
Black Rifle coffee.
Spend a week in the woods.
You have to drink the Black Rifle coffee because we're tired of plugging people and them not giving us money.
Well,
I think
on
that's
that,
it. Please be sure to hit the notification bell if you want to see more of us when you subscribe, because we'd like to start making some money eventually. We can
I
only
just want people like me.
And get with the beat.
pretend the camera's not there.
Pretend everyone around's naked.
No, don't do that.
I want to see you naked.
Gonna learn you to fight. All the lose. Gonna learn you to fight.